Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from beautiful Costa Rica. Tonight's topic is going to be narcissistic relationship, why the narcissist needed you. Think about that for a minute. Guys, if you like the content, please subscribe. So I'm going to jump right into it. In the narcissistic relationship, why did the narcissist need you? Let's be real here. The narcissist needs people to validate themselves, to give them supply, to make them feel better than others, to do things for them, to make them look better, to take their resources away from them, which means, again, finances, social circle. It could be anything. The whole point is the narcissist, when you were in the narcissistic relationship, the narcissist needed you. Now, you may not see it that way right now, but if you stick through the video, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. And if you already know what I'm talking about, please drop comments below. The point of this is, let's say it was a workplace relationship or a love interest. Well, you needed the job, so you got the job, and your boss turned out to be a narcissist. And did they abuse you, maybe daily or weekly? I'm certain they did. Did they gaslight you and make you work overtime without getting compensated for it? Possibly. Did you have to work weekends and holidays, or maybe even your birthday? Good chance. Were you treated with respect in the workplace? Probably not. In the romantic relationship, same thing. Maybe you fell in love with this person, or you were in a relationship with them for a period of time, and you thought this was going great, everything was good, and you became attached to the narcissist here because you fell in love. But did the narcissist fall in love? No. Because why? Because they were out getting other sources of supply while you were entrenched in the romantic relationship, meaning you gave and you were in love. That's what authentic people do. They fall in love, and it's great when you fall in love. But when you were doing that, they were out looking for your replacement post love bomb stage or euphoric stage. The thing is this, the narcissist knows, and they knew back then, that the relationship had an expiration date and that it would end. And the narcissist needed you for that period of time to regulate themselves, to provide value for them, maybe to make them look better in the public eye. Maybe to offer monetary services or resources. Maybe the social status that you had is something that pumped up the narcissist. Maybe in the workplace, your performance, which basically daily the narcissist was beating you down for not doing a good job, when in fact, again, you were doing the work of 2 or 3 people, and you were certainly adding to the bottom line of the business, but the narcissist couldn't give you praise, could they? No. Why? Because they're incapable of that. Any praise that comes from the narcissist, it's coming from higher up, which means they're bosses, and they're told to, or instructed to kind of pat you on the back or give you a breadcrumb of good job. Aside of that, most rest of the days of the year, they're abusing you or making you feel less than. That's what they do. But the narcissist needed you. And perhaps you're in the relationship right now. They need you now also, because why? Because you're offering supply for them. You are making them look better on many different levels that maybe you don't even realize. Again, it could be financial resources. It could be the amount of money you're bringing to the business. It could be the friendship. In the friendship relationship, maybe you're always there for them. Maybe you give them rides and pick them up and take them places. And maybe you pay for their lunch once in a while, things like that. The point is, the narcissist is a taker. And they take and take and take. And when they're done, what do? Yes, they take again. Exactly. That's what they do. And the narcissist needs people to take from. Unsuspecting people, people that don't know about narcissistic abuse and the narcissistic abusive cycle. They need to take advantage of unsuspecting people, which at one time was you. My hope is that with my channel and many others, and again, thank you very much for being here, you are getting the education. You're becoming educated, empowered, and enlightened, and awakened and aware, and you're understanding your value. And that the narcissist, whereas in the past, when you were in that relationship, you probably thought you needed them. And maybe consciously you did need them because maybe you fell in love or maybe you needed a job. The truth of the matter is they needed you so much more because they need punching bags around them. They need people to manipulate, to devalue, and to make them feel insecure, and basically to steal their identity from. Another example, workplace. There's a new hire. The person's been there a couple months, half a year, whatever, and they think that this is a great company, everything's going fine, and then their boss turns out to be a narcissist. Now, they don't know it, of course, meaning a new employee, but they're working really hard because they need the job and they want to do well and get a promotion and pay raise and they want to please. That's what employees do. But this narcissist slowly, insidiously makes them do things they don't want to do, like perhaps rat out other employees or keep an eye on other employees or plant seeds and see who's telling who what. In other words, this employee who in the beginning of the business relationship, they were a healthy individual looking to earn some money and to grow up to move up the company ladder. But that wasn't the intention for the narcissist. The intention was to use this person as a tool, as a pawn, as an opportunity to do their bidding for them, to do their dirty work for them. And then when this person, the new hire by the way, when they will leave, probably most likely is because they can't tolerate the abuse any longer, or they themselves are looked at as the black sheep, the person that's creating all the drama, when the reality is behind the scenes, it's the narcissist that had this new employee do the bidding for them. I hope you followed that. This happens frequently. That was just a pawn that the narcissist used and abused in the workplace to get information and or to blow up other business relationships. And what happened in that example? That's right. The unsuspecting individual, the new employee, they now have a whole different perspective on the workplace environment to play that again. Same thing in the romantic relationship. The romantic relationship is this. Perhaps you fall in love or fell in love, or perhaps you're married to the narcissist right now. Point being, when you met this person, you thought that they were incredible. You thought they were amazing. You thought that this was the person you wanted to be with the rest of your life. Keep in mind, they were wearing a mask. They were manipulating you, duping you, tricking you, trapping you, making you believe that they were one person, which you fell for. And in fact, they turned out to be somebody else, which is what? A narcissist. Now, why I'm saying that is the narcissist knew this. And what they did is they made sure that you fell in love with them because they mirrored back everything you wanted to see in the relationship. And you were in the euphoric stage and you were just through the moon and everything was going great. But what was happening behind the scenes is they were grooming your replacement, which is a new supply and or new sources of supply. Why? Because they need people. And in using that example, they needed you, or if you're in a relationship now, they still need you. And you may say, well, Andrew, what are you talking about? Like, I'm still married, yes, but the narcissist doesn't need me. All they do is abuse me all the time. And I'm not making light of any of this. I understand completely. But they still need you. Maybe they're not in love with you now, or maybe you're not in love with them. But as long as you are married to them, that is a license to abuse. Understand what I'm saying to you. You see, the narcissist needs people. They don't want to be alone. They don't want to have to introspect and be accountable for their poor behavior and their decades of abuse with other people. Notice this also, the narcissist. How many long-term stable relationships do they have? That's right, it's one. And it's with themselves, and it's not stable. Because they blow up families, they blow up love interests, they blow up friendships, they blow up groups or communities they belong to, they blow up business relationships. But they need people. And they needed you for a period of time, which was the narcissistic relationship. Or if you're still in it, believe it or not, they still need supply. And if you're giving them positive or negative supply, it is still supply. And that's what the narcissist feeds off of. That's why many times when you are getting divorced from the narcissist or you're ending it, looking to end it, they drag it out. They drag it out as long as they can. Why? To isolate you, to drain you of your energy and all your resources even more, and to make sure that they inflict as much pain on you as possible. Because why? Because that gives them supply. That again makes them feel better than you and that they're doing so much better in life than you because they're depleting your resources because most likely you are isolated. This is all reality, you guys. It's the way it works. It's how the narcissist is. And then once the relationship ends with the narcissist in any capacity, it could be a sibling, it could be a mom, dad, business, whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. When that relationship ends, rest assured the narcissist has other sources of supply lined up that they have been grooming behind your back. Yes, it's true. And it's not just one source, although it could be, but it could be many different types of sources, meaning maybe it is another new friend, maybe it's a pet, maybe it's a long-lost aunt or uncle, or a new person they just met. But the narcissist is always on the prowl, looking for unsuspecting people, or people they can recycle that will actually want to get back with the narcissist so that they can do the abusive cycle, instill the narcissistic abusive cycle again, wash, rinse, repeat. That's what they do. That's why many times in the romantic relationships, the narcissist comes back to Hoover. Not always, but at times they do. Why? Because they've already done the work on you. They already know what makes you tick, and they believe that you're weak, probably because time has now passed. And the narcissist thinks what? That's right. They think, why wouldn't you want to get back with them? Because they are everything on the best thing on the planet. And they believe that you still think that too. But do you? No, you don't. That's why you don't accept the Hoover. But this illustrates again why the narcissist needed you. They need people around them. They need people to validate them. They need people to make them feel special. They need people to put down while they can put themselves up. They need people that don't know what's going on. And it's not until you get the education on narcissism and the narcissistic abusive cycle, that's when you actually first get your light bulb moment, your first light bulb moment, and you say, oh my goodness, I can't believe this. That's what this was this whole time. I couldn't figure it out, but now I know what it is. It's a narcissist. And then you go down the rabbit hole, and here we are. And you're becoming educated more and more each day, week, month, on and on. Let's put it that way. But did the narcissist need you in the relationship? Yes, they did. They needed you as the punching bag, as the sounding board, as the person that got abused behind closed doors, and maybe in public too. And they need someone now, which is the new supply, or whoever they're with, the new employee, the new neighbor, the new whoever it is. But these people don't know what's going on because they haven't gone through the narcissistic abusive cycle. You have. That's why you're here on the channel. So, guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from beautiful Costa Rica. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great evening. Stay true. Stay blessed. Continue to become awakened and aware and understand that the narcissist needed you. In the relationship, you may have thought you needed them, and for a period of time, maybe you did. Fair enough. But post-narcissistic relationship and or once you get the education or your first light bulb moment and you realize that this relationship is and or was toxic and you want nothing to do with it, that's when you're gone. You go no contact, block, delete, remove all flying monkeys and any people associated with the narcissist. Because why? Because you want to be living your best life and leave that chapter of your life closed forever. God bless you. Wherever you are on the planet, I love you. You are not alone. Continue to move forward each and every day. Continue to maximize your time. Continue to become educated and help those loved and trusted ones around you and in your community. I love you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night.